house. Can you guys hear me? Hello again. We meet again. So, background on me, I grew up in Alaska. Most of you probably know that. My family actually has a show about them right now called Alaska, the Last Frontier on the Discovery Network. A lot of people don't realize that's my family, but that's my dad and my brother and my uncle, my cousin. I was raised on a homestead. My family lives off the land still. I'm very proud of how I was raised. Taught me a lot of hard work and good ethics. And I think it's one of the reasons, again, I've had staying power in my industries, because I never thought I was the most talented, but I always thought I could outwork anybody, so I had that going for me. I'm kind of in a wild past. I moved out when I was 15, started paying rent, working several jobs, not old enough to drive, so I'd hitchhike to work. And, amazingly got a scholarship to go to a private fine arts school, a partial scholarship when I was 16. And didn't have the rest of the money. I had to raise $10,000 to go. And my town sent me off. I did a fundraising concert in the little hometown of Homer, and they helped me raise all the money to go. It was really incredible. And I thought with an expensive school like that I would have butlers and maids, and I was really excited about it. Wasn't the case after all, I found out. And I ended up having to, buy books and food and go away for spring break and things like that. And I was completely broken on my own. Started writing songs actually because I needed to go somewhere for spring break, and I thought that I would start hoboing by train across the country and hitchhike through Mexico because I was a genius. And that's what got me writing songs. Really, my first time I ever started writing was here in Chicago. Actually, I had enough money to go from Detroit here to Chicago, and I got off the train and wandered down to Michigan around, and it was St. Patrick's Day, which is a big deal here. They take it real serious. By the river, green beer. And it was my first time really seeing American pop culture and television and what we do in our culture in America. And I ended up in San Diego, ended up homeless by the time I was 18. I didn't mean to end up homeless. I guess nobody does. It started out kind of innocently. I thought I would be able to get another job. I ended up not being able to pay my rent one month because my boss propositioned me, and when I wouldn't have sex with him, he wouldn't give me my paycheck. And I thought, well, no big deal. I couldn't pay my rent. I got kicked out, but I was living in my car thinking, it's San Diego. And I grew up in a saddle barn with, 2 brothers and my dad with an outhouse and no running water. So living in a car by myself in tropical, lovely San Diego didn't seem that bad. I was like, I'll get another job, I'll get back on my feet, I'll save a deposit for a new place to stay, but didn't happen that way. I ended up getting really sick. I had bad kidneys, and I almost died in the parking lot of an emergency room because they wouldn't see me because I didn't have insurance. And luckily, a doctor took pity on me. He gave me some antibiotics and treated me for free. But I couldn't hold the job down. I got sick all the time. And then the car I was living in got stolen, which totally sucked. Oh yeah, but I wasn't in it, so. Silver linings. And it was during this time I just started writing really feverishly. And I also started shoplifting. So that. It started with carrots, which apparently was the gateway vegetable. It was always food, except one day it looked like it might escalate because there was a sundress and I coveted it. And I really wanted it. It was girly and cute and clean, and I went in there and I was thinking about shoplifting. It was $39.99, and I had the price tag in my little paw there, and I remember seeing the price, and it was like a lightning bolt struck me. I don't know what it was about that moment, but it was like, I thought, when did I lose faith in myself? When did I stop thinking I could earn $40 for myself? I was raised around these really proud, amazing Alaskan women that were so resourceful, pioneer women. My grandmother helped settle the state. All my aunts shoe their own horses and build their own cabins and fall their own trees, as well as raise children, as well as know all the herbs and mushrooms and can everything. And I was raised by these amazing, competent women, and here I was thinking about stealing a $40 dress, and I thought, when did I lose faith in myself? And it was very hard for me to get control of my thoughts. I was very scattered, I was very frightened, I was very scared, I was agoraphobic at the time, which is hard when you don't have a home to be agoraphobic in, but I wasn't doing well, and I realized I was going to succumb, like this could be the rest of my life. And I started watching my hands because I couldn't get control of my thoughts. And your hands are the servants of your thoughts. They're carrying out what you're thinking. And so I was able to watch what I was doing with my hands. And it wasn't a lot of great stuff. Stealing certainly wasn't one of my finer moments. And so I started watching what my hands was doing. I started controlling very thoughtfully what my hands were doing and sort of reverse engineering back into my thoughts and learning how to control my thoughts and learning how to monitor my thoughts better. And I started writing about it. And I started just telling my worst secrets. And something I really learned is that we all have the exact same fears, the exact same things we're ashamed of, the exact same things that we think nobody else thinks or feels. And when we have the courage to communicate them, it bonds us together in a really powerful way. And I got to live that experience of being homeless and telling my dirtiest secrets. And instead of being shunned, people embraced me. And people cried, and people felt like I thought I was the only one that felt that way. And it turns out we all do. And I ended up for the first time in my life feeling a lot less alone, because not only did I let myself be seen, but people felt seen because I was willing to talk about it. And that's amazingly what I found a career on. Who would have thought? I got discovered completely by accident. I was just singing in a local coffee shop, and record labels started coming down because I developed a local following, and a bootleg of mine ended up on the radio. It was sort of like being Cinderella. And this song I had written about my hands, and about trying not to shoplift, and about learning that I'm the architect of my life, ended up becoming a single for me. My life turned around. And a lot of my passion in my life has been about empowering women to know that we are the architects of our lives, no matter what situation you're in. There's no excuse not to be able to have the life that you want, and how can you be empowered to do that and make decisions and have an influence on your own life. Amazingly, my life turned around. Years later, I was camping in the mountains of Northern California. This was in 2001, and I was up there for about, a week, and we came out on September 14th, and this flag was at half-mast on this ranch we were on. And we thought maybe a local cowboy had been hurt, and we started driving more down the road, and we saw this another flag at half-mast, and we thought maybe a local fireman had been killed. And all of a sudden, we started this little teeny dirt road high in the mountains. We see these little pieces of paper and pizza box lids with writing on it in the ditches saying, God bless us, God save our country. And we finally got out of the mountains enough to realize that America had been attacked several days earlier, and the towers had fallen. We were sitting in a complete shock, listening to the radio in our truck, and this DJ came on the radio, and he dedicated the song that I had written when I was 18 at this very dark time in my life, and he dedicated it to America at such a dark time in America's life. It was a very surreal moment. I'd love to play that for you. This is called Hands. If I could tell